James Sunshine is a writer, producer, and director who grew up in Scarborough and has been in Los Angeles for more than a decade now, working on movies and TV series. He is out with a new feature film that he wrote and directed. We're going to talk about that film, which is called Killing Mary Sue. He's with us here on 207. James Sunshine, thanks for coming in. Great to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So when you were growing up, were you kind of one of those kids who was just obsessed with movies and was making his own movies at a very young age?
Oh, yes. I was literally making homemade films with like my action figures as a kid. I had like little Lord of the Rings action figures, and I would shoot. I started my first film with my Lord of the Rings action figures was like 5 minutes, and then by the time I was like 12 years old, I did one that was like an hour long. So I was always very ambitious and knew exactly what I wanted to do.
So you clearly found your niche. You did know what you wanted to do. You went out to Los Angeles a little over a decade ago with kind of just a smile and a shoe shine, maybe not even the shoe shine. What kind of work did you find when you got out there?
Well, yeah, I moved to Los Angeles with no job, no car, nowhere to live, an overdrawn bank account, and I knew probably 2 or 3 people in the whole city. Wanting to be a filmmaker, and it turned out that the work was all in reality TV. So I started building a very, very good career for myself in the reality TV space. I've worked on Hell's Kitchen, Big Brother, Project Runway, producing those shows. And for a long time I thought that was pushing me farther from my goals as a filmmaker. And I realized recently that that actually brought me closer to my goals because it made me a better, sharper storyteller, if that makes sense.
Those reality shows have their formulas, but the formulas tend to work, which is why they stick around. That's why Hell's Kitchen was successful. That's why Big Brother has been on the air for a long, long time. What kind of storytelling in particular tips did you pick up from those shows?
I really just discovered, like, how do you form a compelling narrative out of chaos? Because part of reality shows is you have an idea, you go in there with an idea, and you shoot and you film, and you never really know what you're gonna get. And then it's somebody's job, it's my job, to take the chaos of all the footage that we've shot and figure out how do you create a coherent beginning, middle, and end, which then shooting scripted content in comparison to that is actually really easy because it's like you have a script and you get into the editing bay and you're like, oh, I know exactly how this is supposed to look.
Well, your dream all along has been that you wanted to be the master of your own films. You wanted to write and direct and be able to have creative control. You've got that to a large degree with your new movie, Killing Mary Sue. Let's just take a look at a clip.
My dad robbed a convenience store when I was 7.
He was shot, or what was it?
Stabbed 12 times in the face and neck. Cue my mom meeting Senator Bradley Wiener. Look at me now, Dad. I get to have all your fun with none of the consequences.
What was the inspiration for the story that you wanted to tell here?
Yeah, my inspiration comes from the fact that I'm kind of like a perpetually online person, always looking at memes and reading internet discussions about films. And there's been this very interesting debate online about the concept of a Mary Sue as a character, which is a somewhat new film trope. It even has its own Wikipedia page, so I promise you I'm not making it up. But a Mary Sue is a character in film. It's usually a young woman who is basically just good at everything for no reason at all. And it's usually a criticism of films. People will watch a film and go, oh, this character is such a Mary Sue, that character is such a Mary Sue. And I realized that there has never been a film where somebody's written that character intentionally. And I said to myself, like, what if I write that character not by accident, but on purpose, and how much fun can be had with it?
What you have here is a mix in this picture. A lot of violence in it, but also a lot of humor, almost all of it really dark humor, right?
Yes, that's kind of me.
She is a national security risk.
I need you to put a bullet in her.
Senator Wiener looks to be re-elected for his 4th term.
Eliminate Mary Sue, and I also garner the sympathy vote.
This is what you wanted. This is what you were aiming for right from the start, is that particular blend.
Yes, a very good intersection of action and comedy and jokes and maybe a little bit of heart in there just to make you feel at the end of the day when you finished watching it like, happy.
Was the experience what you hoped it would be?
It was an absolute blast. I mean, I've been dreaming about shooting a film with a real budget level, with a real crew, with real actors my entire life. And I had an amazing team of producers, executive producers, cinematographers, the caliber of talent, the actors that I was able to work with. everybody brought so much to the table. I was the least experienced person on set, even though I was directing. And I kept that in mind. And you know, there's that phrase, you know, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. And that's kind of how I felt when I was on set. I was like, I'm the least experienced guy here. I need to absorb everybody else's knowledge, you know?
What the hell's going on?
What are we gonna do?
We fight. Mary Sue, this is not a video game.
Where can people see the movie?
Yeah, so Killing Mary Sue is out now on digital. It's on VOD. So you can go to YouTube, Google, Microsoft, any of those places where you can rent a film. You know, I encourage people to just Google the name of the film, and there's going to be that little drop-down menu on Google of all the places where you can watch it.
All right, James Sunshine, thanks so much for coming in. We appreciate it. Good luck with the film. And I suspect we're going to be hearing more about you, so come back and see us.
I hope so. Thanks
where
for
the
having
next
me.
picture comes out. And we've got more information about James Sunshine and Killing Mary Sue. You'll find it in the 207 section of our News Center Maine app or website. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.